Hare Krishna. So, welcome to the online class. Today is very auspicious August and adorable appearance of the Radha Kund. And it is also a Astami Tithi of Kartik month. It is called Bahula Astami. So, today the Radha Kund appeared in the material world. Although Radha Kund, Samakund, it eternally existing in spiritual world in Golok Vrindavan, but in material world it appeared today. So today is actually appearance of the Radha Kund. So we will discuss something about the Radha Kund, how origin of Radha Kund and glories of Radha Kund. Before that, we offer our Mangalacharan to our spiritual Acharya and spiritual master. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnana Anjana Salakaya Chakkhuranimiletanjena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So thank you very much. And today, as I told, today is very auspicious August and adorable appearance of Radha Kund. And Radha Kund is non-different from the Radharani. That means to describe the Radha Kund is like describe glorifying or describing the Radharani, which is impossible for any conditioned soul, even from the great personality. What to speak about me? It is a presumptuous for me to describe the glories. But by the mercy of the Acharyas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sada Goswami, Six Goswami, and Srila Prabhupada, whatever we getting to know, we can present today in the classes. So today's this Radha Kund is non-different from the Radharani. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when first time went to Vrindavan, he was searching for where is Radha Kund, where is Samakund. And he was not getting it. He was asking a Brahmana near the, local people that where is Radha Kund, and they could not answer. Then he understood that this Radha Kund, Samakund disappeared. So he wanted to rediscover this Radha Kund, and he found the two paddy field with little water. Then he found this is the real location of Radha Kund, Samakund, which has been disappeared, after 5,000 years actually. So therefore he immediately took bath and sprinkled the water, and he returned to Jagannath Puri and asked all the Goswami disciples to go and excavate this place Radha Kund. And not only that, he prayed during this visit, he prayed after bathing, he prayed to Radha Kund. It was there in Sisi Madhya that he prayed that Radha Kund is non-different from the Radharani, is non-different and very dear to Krishna. In beautiful verses from the Sisi Madhya, you can see that how Mahaprabhu is praying to here Sisi Madhya 18:7. You can see here that Mahaprabhu is praying to Radharani when he went to there. Yeah. Sava gopi hoite Radha Krishnera priyasi Taiche Radha Kunda priyara sarasi. Here it is said that Radha Kund is a translation that of all gopis, Radharani is the dearmost. Similarly, the lake known as Radha Kund is very dear to the Lord because it is very dear to Srimati Radharani. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has certified it that Radha Kund is very dear to the Lord because it is very dear to the Radharani. So this is how the Radha Kund appeared by Radha Kund and Samakund is again rediscovered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So therefore, Radha Kund is very very important for the Gaudiya Vaishnava, and we are so fortunate we have coming from the lineage of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we can and whatever little understand about the glories of the Radha Kund. No other sampradaya has got the knowledge of this. And particularly it is stated by Srila Prabhupada, even those who are not interested in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they cannot understand the glories of Radha Kund, how it is exalted. The Rupa Goswami has given a beautiful comparison between the material world and spiritual world in Nectar of Instruction, and he has given the position of Radha Kund is the topmost position in the material and spiritual world also. Topmost position of Radha Kund. And he has given a comparison that the material world and spiritual world. The material world is 1/3 of whole creation. As Krishna says in 10:42 that ekansena sthita jagata. This material world is 1/4 of the creation, and naturally this spiritual world is better than the material world, and the Vaikuntha planet is more better than this material world, because the material world full of dukhalayama sasthatam. Vaikuntha, there is no vigata kuntha iti tasmad Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means there is no anxiety, there is no anxiety at all, vigata kuntha. So therefore it is more naturally superior to the material world. Then then Mathura is more superior to the Vaikuntha planet, because in Mathura Lord appeared. Although Mathura in the material world, but it is more exalted than Vaikuntha, because Lord Krishna appeared in Mathura. So more than Mathura is the place called Vrindavan. Vrindavan has got 12 forests: Talban, Madhuban, Kamyaban, Mahaban, Bahulaban, Bahulaban. Today is also called Bahulastakam. We will talk about why it is called Bahulastakam. It is Astakam. Why it is called Bahulastami. Why it is called Bahulastami? Because the Radha Kund is also the part of Bahulaban. This whole the 12 forest, the Braj is comprises of 12 forests, where Lord enacted all his super excellent, wonderful, unparalleled pastimes. So particularly the Madhuban, Talban and Bahulaban. So therefore this Vrindavan is more superior to even Mathura, because Lord is enacted in the wonderful pastime in the pastoral ground of Vrindavan, along with his pure devotee, topmost devotee, all the gopi, inhabitant of the gopis, inhabitant of the Brajavasi, Braj. So therefore this place Vrindavan is more superior to the Mathura, and more superior to Vrindavan is called Govardhan, because Govardhan, Lord lifted the Govardhan for 7 days. Not only that, Lord tamed the cows and enacted a lot of intimate pastimes in Govardhan. So therefore Govardhan is very, very superior to even the Vrindavan among all the 12 forests. Vrindavan. And more superior to that is the Radha Kund, which exists at the foot of Govardhan. At the foot of Govardhan, there is a Radha Kund is there, and it is more superior to the Govardhan, because Lord has enacted his very, very intimate pastime, Rasa Leela and all intimate pastime with gopis and Radharani. And this Radhakund also is created by the Radharani. Therefore, it is very dearer to the Krishna. It is also dearer to the Radharani. So we will today discuss about a little bit of know about what is the origin and what is the appearance, how it appeared, and the glories of the Radha Kund. Therefore, nectar of instruction and all Acharya have glorified the Radha Kund without any categorically, without any exception. You can see in nectar of instruction there is a beautiful verse in number 9, where Rupa Goswami particularly has Rupa Goswami has instructed the glories of the you can see the nectar of instruction 9, where Rupa Goswami is comparing with the spiritual world and material world, and he is giving a, you can see here, he is giving a comparison how the holy places of Mathura is spiritually superior to Vaikuntha, and particularly finally the Radha Kund stands supreme, for it is overflowed with ambrosial nectarian prema of Lord of Gokula, Sri Krishna, where it is that intelligent person who is unwilling to serve the divine Radhakunda, which is situated at the foot of Govardhan Hill. See, who can be unwilling to serve the Radhakund? Because that this Radhakund is the love of God is overflows. The Krishna prema is overflows. The intimacy is overflows at the Radhakund. Therefore, it is very superior. Therefore, our Acharya has given, even Sukadev Goswami has described the glories of Radha Kund. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also described the glories of. So we will talk about the what is really appearance. So therefore, it is very, very difficult for anybody to glorify the Radha Kund. Particularly for a conditioned soul like me, it is very, very difficult and next to impossible to glorify the glorify the Radha Kund, which is non different from Radharani. but somehow and other, because we are coming from such an exalted lineage, sampradaya of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and our Sad Goswami, headed by Rupa Sanatana, Bhatta Raghunatha Jiva Gopala and Srila Prabhupada, we can know little bit of the glories of the Radha Kund. We are so fortunate actually coming from the Sampradaya, knows the most quintessential of all this, the most superior exalted Radha Kund. So here we can see that in the Sukadev Goswami has described that how Radha Kund appeared. Kansa was sending lot of demons. You can see that is also described in Srimad Bhagavatam. This all this pastime of Arishtasur is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. In 1036 in 1036 the killing of the slaying of Arishta the Mandibul, it has been described that how Arishtasur has come, and Sukadev Goswami has described that the demon Arishta or Arishtasur, he came to the cowherd village appearing in the form of the bull actually. So Arishtasur came as a cowherd bull. Bull is the male cow, and when he came into the village, because he was sent by the Kansa. Actually, Arishtasur pastime is the very climax of the pastime of Vrindavan, because it is the one almost a last demon. After Arishtasur, Kesi came, and that is the last demon sent by the Kansa. See, it is just before one last demon was sent by the Kansa. So Arishtasur is very gigantic asur, very ferocious. He came in the form of a bull and to the cowherd village, and he was so ferocious. He was bellowing his pointed he has got a pointed horns, and he was so powerful. He was just hitting the ground, and it appears to be like an earthquake it appears. And even it happens that the when he came in charging and doing all this vandalism in cowherd village, that time what happened, there are so many cows who are being who were pregnant, they got miscarriage, and some of the gopis also who were pregnant, they got miscarriage. So everybody was very terrified by the rude behavior that, of this kind of behavior of Arishtasur in the form of the bull, this kind of calamities. And they approach to Krishna. Krishna says that don't worry, I will handle it, so I will tackle it. Then Krishna immediately challenged that. He was putting his arm on this friend soldier, and as if he is confronting, to invite the confrontation with Arishtasur. So he challenged the Arishtasur, and Arishtasur seeing the Krishna, and he pointed his horn towards the Krishna. He was charging towards Krishna, and Krishna immediately seized his two horns and repulsed him, throng him into 6 yards actually. 6 yards he thronged. He went back, the Arishtasur went back, repulsed back 6 yards. And then again he got up, and again he came to the Krishna. Krishna this time again seized his two horns and kicked him, and just like Sukadev Goswami is very much very nicely explained in Canto 10 of 36, that just like cloth, how he washed the cloth like this, similarly Lord catch hold of his horn, and he was beating him like a cloth. We are beating the cloth and washing the cloth. So in this way, this Arishtasuri vomited the blood, passed the stools and urine. His eyes become bulged out from the socket. So he died. When he died, all these cowherd boys, all these inhabitant of Braj, the gopis and the demigods, they glorified the Lord. They glorified the Lord, congratulated the Lord. And Lord was very proud, and he went to gopis, and gopis replied that please don't touch us. Now why? I did a very wonderful activities of killing Arishtasur. No. You may be killing the Arishtasur, but Arishtasur is in the form of the bull. He is a Brahmana, male cows. So it is a Gohatya. You have been inflicted by the Gohatya by killing a male cows. So this is a great sin, because it is stated in Shastra that killing the Brahmanas and cows is the greatest sin. because Go and Brahmana, they are very dear to Krishna. Nama Brahman Devaya Go Brahman Hitaya Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Nama Nama. Kunti Devi is praying that, Lord, you are very dear to the Brahmana and the cows. So when you kill the cows or Brahmana, this is Gohatya or Brahmahatya, that is called. That is very, very sinful. Very Himalayan sin. That is a Himalayan sin, and a very difficult to, very difficult to counteract. We have to go through atonement, just like we are praying Yani Kani Chapapani Brahma Hatyadi Kani Cha. So in Tulsi Maharani, if you go around Tulsi Maharani, circumambulate, if we have committed the Brahmana Hatya, Brahma Hatya, it will be, you will be released from that. Yani Kani Chapapani Brahma Hatyadi Kani Cha, Tani Tani Pranasanti Pradakina Pade Pade. So you will be released by circumambulating, because Go Hatya and Brahma Hatya is very, very sinful, actually, extremely sinful. Therefore, they told, don't touch us. Then Krishna is responding, no, you cannot say like this, because this demon is not this bull is not a bull, it's a demon in the form of male cows. Therefore, it is justified that I killed him. You should congratulate me. You should, glorify me rather than, condemning me or giving up, criticizing me, accusing me of killing cows. So, but gopis was very reluctant. They disagreed. They disagreed to agree. They told, no, no, no. You see, Britas, they have cited a very good example, just like Indra killed Britasura. Britasura, in his previous life, Chitraketu, he was a very great devotee of the Lord. And he was caused by the Parvati to become a demon. Then he became a demon called Britasur. And Indra killed the Britasur. Because Britasur is a devotee, Indra has to undergo atonement. Without atonement, you cannot purify. So you have to, if you have committed sin, means you have to undergo atonement to purify. Therefore, the Gopi cited this example. No, no, Indra also underwent atonement. You should also underwent atonement. Then Krishna said, okay, let me know that what is the atonement. Then Gopis replied that you have to go through, this is all in scriptures. This is all, it is stated in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Then what happened after the killing of Arishtasura? Up to killing of Arishtasura, it is stated in stated by stated by Sukadev Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is described. And after what happened, the Arishtasura has been died. The meeting of gopis, the conversation of gopis and Krishna, that has been described by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur from Puranas. So here the gopis has prescribed to Krishna that you have to go to all these holy places in the universe, then you have to get purified by killing a bull or male cow. Then only you can come and mingle with us. Then you can release from all these sins. Then Krishna said, though it will take time if I have to go, so if I have to go and, go around all these holy places in the universe. So why not I call them? So what he did, in one stroke, he make a hole. In one stroke, he make a hole, and in that hole, he called all these holy places like ocean of meal, Ganges, Bhogavati. Ganges in subterranean region, it is called Bhogavati. He summoned Ganges, he summoned Kaveri, he summoned all the holy villages. Sindhu, Kaveri, ocean of salt, ocean of milk, all these holy places, and they came here and they make a beautiful kunda that is called Samakunda or Krishna Kunda. This is called Samakunda. Then he took bath and came out, and he told, now I am purified. He was very proud, Krishna. Gopis, he told, oh gopis, see, I am purified by taking bath. So these gopis, but still they do not agree. In some acharya, they have given commentary that gopis also are not convinced. They asked all these holy places that whether Krishna is, purified or not. They do not know that Krishna is the supreme purifier. Arjuna is speaking. Arjuna is, speaking in Bhagavad Gita 10:12 that Param Brahma Paramadhama Pavitram Paramam Bhava Purusham Sastastam Devam Adidevam Adamvivu. You are Param Brahma Paramadhama Pavitram. You are supremely purified. What to speak about purifying the Lord? So when gopis ask all this personification of holy places, that whether Krishna is really decontaminated, they answer that what to speak about Krishna, actually by touch of the Krishna's lotus feet, we, the holy places, become purified. We, the holy places, become purified. That is the purification, that is the sanctification of the Lord. That is the, that therefore Krishna say that pavitram paramam bhava is supremely purified. Krishna supremely purified, supremely purified. Then but gopis, when Krishna, then Krishna become very puffed up, very proud, and he told Radharani and all the gopis that, see, I have done all the things, I have created a beautiful kunda, you have not created anything, any religious duty for this satisfaction of Brahma, you did not do that, better you come and purify, you come to my kunda. Then gopis told, no, 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 all your sins are there in the water form, you should not go to there, your Samakund. So we will create our kunda. So what they did that, and they just besides the Samakunda, they created, they digged the earth, and so many gopis, and created a hole, and there is no water. Then Krishna told that, why don't you take my water? They told, no, 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 we do not want your water. We will fill our kunda from the Manasa Ganga. You know, you can go to Vrindavan, you can see that the Manasa Ganga is there very near to the Radha Kund, Samakund. So all the gopis queued up, and one by one passing these buckets and filling up the Radha Kund, filling up the water, and they become so fatigued that Krishna could not take it, because Krishna likes very, they are very dear to Krishna. So Krishna could not, see the fatigue of the all these gopis trying to fill up the Radha Kund. So what they did, Krishna gestured all these holy places representative to help them. So all the personification of representative of holy places, they came to Radharani and prayed that, my dear Radharani, please accept us in your kunda. Please accept us in your kundas. And Radharani, being a magnanimous, very merciful, she allowed all these pilgrims holy waters to come to Radhakund. And they come from the Samakund to Radhakund by crossing the bridge, and Radhakund become filled. Then Krishna was very, very happy, and he declared that your Radharani, your Radhakund is more deared and more glorified than my Samakund. And whosoever take bath in this water, Radhakund, he will get the ecstatic prema of Radha and Krishna. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also repeated that in Chaitanya Charitamrita when he went to Aristagram and could not find, therefore he finally discovered, he was taking bath, and he prayed that first verses that Radha Kund is none different from Radharani, because he is so dear to the Krishna, because he is dearer to Radharani, therefore it is dearer to Krishna. So Radha Kund is a very, very exalted position of the Radha Kund. It is stated in all different scriptures and Srimad Bhagavatam also. So very, very exalted things. And not only that, even the Samakund also, Radharani also took birth in Samakund, Krishna also took birth in Radhakund, and they have so many intimate pastime, Rasalila, and also many intimate pastime near the Radhakund and Samakund. After that, many times they frequented to that places and engaged in so many wonderful pastime of the Lord, actually. So in this way, this origin of the Radhakund, and um, uh, then after that, the origin of the Radhakund. Then after that, what happened after 5,000 years? It has disappeared. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there, found out. Then he told all this is Goswami to excavate, particularly Rupa and Raghunath Goswami. When Raghunath Goswami was in Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left the mortal world, and he was very sad. But he was under the mentorship of Swarup Damodar Goswami. Somehow he is mentioning, and but when Swarup Damodar Goswami left the body, mortal body, and the Raghunath Goswami was very, very scattered, and he has decided to go to Vrindavan, and climb the Govardhan hill and jump and die. And he went to Vrindavan. Then Sanatan Rupa Goswami, they came to know about the decision of Raghunath Goswami. They restricted them. They prohibited him not to do that, because you are the person who knows the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and during his during when he was residing at Puri. So you should tell us the glories and tell the world that what is the glory, the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You should reveal that. So somehow they pacified him, and Raghunath Das Goswami also given a beautiful Govardhan Sila by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also Gunjamala, the beading, the chanting bead of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he presented to Raghunath Goswami. Therefore, Raghunath Goswami thought that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted him to stay near the Govardhan, so he stayed near the Radha Kund. When he was staying in Radha Kund, actually, one day he was thinking that this Radha Kund is so glorified and so exalted, and in future so many devotee will come here. So I should renovate it, make it very nice, so he was thinking like that, but he has no money. He was thinking, I did not have money to do all the things, excavation, renovation, etc. So what happened one day, there was a merchant, he was going to Badrinaran to donate something. In night he get the dream from Badrinaran was telling him, you don't come to me, go to Raghunath Goswami and give this money to him, donate. Although he will refuse to accept it, but you told about this dream, then he will accept. So then he went to Raghunath Goswami, he approached Raghunath Goswami, told, I am a renunciate, I am Vairagi, I do not want all this donation and all. But when he was revealed that this was the dream by Badrinaran, so then Raghunath Goswami accepted, and he made a beautiful staircases, beautiful breeze, and excavated, also renovated the Radha Kund and Samakund. So after this Raghunath Goswami left that Radha Kund, then the Mansingh, 100 years back, the Mansingh, the Jaipur king, he made it more elaborate. This today's Radha Kund, you can see it is done by the renovation, done by the latest renovation done by the Mansingh, the king of Jaipur. He made a elaborate staircases and all the things. So this is the story of the although Radha Kund is eternally existent, Radha Kund Samakund is eternally existing in the spiritual world, but the material world today is the day it appeared. And particularly one incident happened during Raghunath Goswami, he was doing renovation. There were the 5 trees near the Samakund. It was obstructing the form, shape of the Samakund. So they decided to cut him. But during the night time, Raghunath Goswami got a dream that Yudhishthira Maharaj is coming into the dream and is telling, we the 5 trees are like 5 Pandavas, so please do not cut. So the next day morning, he ordered not to cut these 5 trees. Still, if you go today also, if you see all the 5 trees, like 5 Pandavas, still they are standing and glorifying this Radha and Krishna. So, therefore, the shape of the Samakund, you see, it is not square, it is bit of slanting because of these 5 trees has been left, it was not being cut. So that is the glories of this Radha Kund is so exalted that all the acharyas, Rupa Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everybody glorify the the appearance and the glories of the Radha Kund. And particularly it appeared today, it is called Ashtami, Bahula Ashtami, because Bahula Ashtami, also there is a beautiful story of Bahula Ashtami. You can see, you can go to the foot of Radha Kund, you can see there is a temple, you can see that there is a diorama of 5 things. One cow, one tiger, one small calf, and a Brahmana and Krishna. The 5 things are imprinted. Although it is not stated in scriptures, but it is there in the local story that there was a, in that Vrindavan area, Radhakund area, so there was it was under the Bahulaban. It was inside the Bahulaban, Radhakund. So in Bahulaban there was a cow called Bahula. He was munching the grasses. Somehow he confronted the tiger. Tiger wanted to pounce him. Tiger wanted to kill him and eat. But he requested the tiger that no, let me go to my calf today, and I have not given him the milk. Once I give the milk, tomorrow I will come back, then you eat me. So somehow the tiger agreed to that, and the Bahula came back, and he told his calf that I am going to be, today is my last day, you better take the milk as much as possible to your heart content. Tomorrow I am going to die, because that is the deal with tigers. But that calf told my mother, I am very young, I have not done anything, so better let me kill, let me be killed, I will go with you. Better I be killed, you be there here. So then the Brahmanas who owns the cows and calf, he came, then he heard about the story. He told, I am an old man, let me die. Instead of you, let me die. So all three of them went in front of the tiger, and tiger was deciding whom to kill. That time Krishna was very merciful, and because it is in the jurisdiction of Lord very much merciful and very much pleased with the Bahula because of his truthfulness and integrity, he immediately came and took the summoned the Sudarshan. He told the tiger, my way or highway, how he did with Jagai Madai. Either you accept me or you going to be killed because you offended my devotee. All the resident of the Barja is very dear to Krishna. If anything happens to them, Krishna will never forgive them. He is Bhakta Vachala. He will forgive others, but he will never forgive. Like how he told to the our Amrish Maharaj story, he told, no, aham bhakta paradhina, name swatantra evadejyo. I am bhakta paradhina, aham bhakta paradhina, ya swatantra evadejyo, sadhavi gasto daye, bhaktir bhakta janapriya. I am under the control of devotee. Oh Durvasa, I cannot do anything. You have offended my devotee. Therefore, he is so much dearer to the devotee, very bhakta vachala. So he cannot tolerate that. He cannot tolerate. So he told that to tiger, better you go back, otherwise what will happen. So some tiger agreed to leave them. So but Krishna was so happy with truthfulness, integrity of that Bahula cow. He is told, give the blessings, benediction, that this area will be known as Bahulaban, and you will become my wife in the next birth and serve me as a gopi. So Bahula is a gopi's name. He is during the pastime of the Lord, and he appeared as a gopi himself. Therefore, the Bahula Ashtami, therefore the Bahula Ashtami, and in this very day it happened. So therefore, it is called. This story, this event happened in Bahula Ashtami. Also, this is the day of appearance of the Radha Kund. Therefore, it is said that it is after the Bahula Ashtami. It is named as Bahula Ashtami. So this is the beautiful pastime of the Radha Kund, and why this pastimes Lord is enacting all the pastime. In Damodar Lila, you can see that it is said that iti drikswa lila vir ananda kunde swagasam nimanjatam akhyapayantam todiya sita ge su bhakti ditatam punaha prematastam satabritivan iti drikswa lila vir ananda kunde. By such childhood pastime, by such pastime of this, he is drowning the inhabitant of Gokula into pool of ecstasy, to giving the ananda, to give pleasure to his devotees. He is enacting all the wonderful pastime. It is beautifully stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14-37 that prapancha nisprapanchapi, beautiful verses 10:14. Prapancha nisprapanchapi vidham. You see, you can see here these beautiful verses that why Krishna is enacting all the pastimes. It is said that prapancha nisprapanchapi vidambayasi bhutale prapanna janatananda. Prapanna janatananda. Prapanna means to give pleasure to those who are surrendered devotees. That why he is enacting all this wonderful, super excellent, enduring, enchanting pastimes. Sodaham pratitam prabho. Sodam means bliss, is giving the supremely bliss, supreme ananda. Varieties of Sodam means varieties of ananda. Ananda to the surrendered devotee, he is enacting lot of pastime, all these pastimes. So he killed Aristasura, then he killed then Radha Kund, appearance of Radha Kund, all the things enacting all the pastime to give pleasure to the Brajabasi, to pleasure to the all his devotee. That is whole idea of his appearance, whole idea of his wonderful, super excellent pastime. Iti drikswa lila vir ananda kunde swagasam nimanjatam akhyapayantam. Todiya sita su bhaktir jitatam. And not only that, he revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in the knowledge of supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by the bhaktir jitatam, by the devotional service. By devotees only he can be conquered. Therefore he is enacting all the pastime. He is only conquered. He is not conquered by the others. He is conquered by not by Jnani, impersonalist, not by Karmi. He is only conquered by bhaktir jitatam. Devotees with pure love, imbued with intimacy and free from all conception of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisance to the Lord Damodar. Hundreds of Satavriti, hundreds of times. This is Satyavarta Muni is praying that why you are doing all the activities? Because to give pleasure. to give pleasure and revealing that I am only conquered by the devotee who is free from awe and reverence, particularly the Brajavasi. Therefore, Brahma also praying, Aho Bhagyam, Aho Bhagyam, Braja Kaushamam. Aho Bhagyam Nanda Gopa Braja Kausanam Yam Mitra Paramanandam Punna Brahma Sanatana, chapter 10, 14, 32, I think. So it says that Aho Bhagyam, how fortunate the Brajavasi, and also two times Aho Bhagyam, how fortunate also Lord, because Lord also wanted to be chastised, Lord also wanted to be this kind of intimate relationship. Therefore he is telling Aho Bhagya two times. Oh, the Aho Bhagya, the great fortune of Brajavasi, also great fortune of Supreme Lord Krishna, because his friend is, this reciprocation of love is so exalted that it is really pleasing both of them. Even Krishna is so pleased by this. Aho Bhagyam Nanda Gopar Vajokusam Yan Mitram Paramananda Punna Brahma Sanatana, Punna Brahma Sanatana, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Punna Brahma Om, Punna Mada, Punna Midam, Punnam Vasishyate, Punna Madaya, Punnam. So, oh Punnam, his full Punnam, his supreme Punnam, supreme Brahman, Sanatana, Lord, he is coming and is become a friend of the Brajavasis, enacting all the wonderful pastime in the pastoral ground of Vrindavan. This is whole idea. And in another verses 10, 33, 36, it is said that Anugrahasya Bhaktanam Dehinam Stita Anugrahasya Bhaktanam Dehinam Astitam Manusyam Dehinam Manusam Dehi Mastitaha Brajate Tadris Bhajate Krida Yes, Srutta tat paro bhavet. So why Lord is coming? This is 10, 33, 36 beautiful verses we can show you that what is the why Lord is coming and enacting all this beautiful pastime of appearance of Radha Kund, and also this so many other pastime in Braja like Damodar Lila is going on, Damodar Lila particularly Anugrahasya Bhaktana Manusam Dehastitam Bhajate Tadriskida. Yes, Sruttatat Parabhavet. Why is? Because by hearing such a wonderful, super excellent, and very unparalleled, divinely unparalleled pastime, so enchanting, endearing pastime of the Lord, we will be attracted to Him. Now we are attracted to something different. We are attracted to material things. Therefore, Krishna is coming and enacting all this pastime, anugrahya, to show the mercy to his bhakta, the devotees. Manusam Dehastito is coming in this human form of life, human form, Manusim Dehastito, Bhajate Tadiskrita, and enacting all these pastimes, wonderful pastime. Yes, Sruttatat Paro Bhavet. By hearing this pastime, we will be attracted. Now we don't have attraction because we are diseased, just like a jaundice patient, he is diseased and he cannot taste the bitter sweet. Sweet is bitter for him. Similarly, we are all conditioned soul. We cannot appreciate all this appreciate the Lord. We cannot appreciate His form, His name, His paraphernalia. Therefore, He is coming and enacting all the pastimes. Somehow or other, we will be attracted. That is the whole idea. Therefore, Bhagavatam, Sukadev Goswami say that Nirvittate Seirupagiyyamanat Bhavosudo Manoviramat Kauttama Sloke Gunanuvadat Puman Virajyata Vinapasudhanat. So this is the medicine, right medicine for us to hear about the Krishna Katha, hear about the appearance of the Radha Kund, the glories of Radha Kund, the glories of the Lord pastimes. Because it's very, very auspicious, very, very purifying. It will purify, it disinfect us because we are infected. We are infected. Therefore, we cannot. We have lost the appetite for Krishna and his form, his name, pastime, because we have lost the appetite due to disease conditions. Just like a diseased person, Prabhupada say, he lost the appetite to eating. But when he was healthy, he will be eating varieties of food. Similarly, when we are healthy, we will be really relishing this pastime. Therefore, it is the right medicine to disinfect us, to purify us. Nirvitate Seirupagiyamanan Bhavosudo. This is Bhavosudo. To get out from this material existence, the Bhavosudo. Shrota Monoviramat is very, very, what you say, pleasing to the mind also. And Gopis also has spoken that Tava Kathamrutam Tapta Jivanam Kaviviriditam Kalmasopahamam. Your Kathamruta is, your pastime is so much like nectar for those persons who are really Tava kathamrita tapta jivanam, those who are really suffering in this material world. Those who are suffering in this material world, for them your kathamrita, your nectarian pastime, your pastime are like nectar for them. And this kalmaso upahama means all this contamination we have got, therefore we are suffering, it will be disinfected or decontaminated. And also it is stated in so many verses. There is a beautiful verse at 12:50. It is said that tadeva tadeva ramyam, your pastime is tadeva ramyam. 12:15. Let me go, I forget this word. Tadeva Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam tadeva sasvam manosa mohochavam. See, beautifully it is stated that tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Tadeva ramyam means it is very realizable. Ramyam means beautiful. It is very beautiful. Your katha, your pastime is so beautiful. Ruchiram is very tasteful also, realizable. Navam navam, always new, fresh. It's not like an old story of fictional story, non-fictional story. It is the activities, pastime, transcendental pastime of the Lord is always new and fresh. Navajovanam cha advaitam achitam another anadir anantam navajovanam cha. Say Navajovana, full of phrase. Tadeva Sastram Manasa Mahotsavam. It is a really a festival for the mind. Your Kathamruta, your pastime is a festival for the mind. Eternal, eternally it is a festival for the mind. Tadaiva Sokannam Sosanam Ninnam. Your pastime is Sokannam or Sosanam Ninnam. All this miserable life will be dried up. All this material existence, material suffering will be dried up if one hears your wonderful, your realizable, your attractive pastimes. And yad uttama sloko jasa anugayate. Whosoever is glorifying or hearing your beautiful pastime of Radha Kund, Samakund, and the glorification of Radharani, they will get all this, anugiyate, means they will get out from all this misery of material existence, and they will release as a festival to the mind, they will release your pastime. So this is very important to hear about the wonderful pastime of the Lord, because it will purify us. Sokotha Krishna Punya Sarvana Sanvatam Sokotha Krishna Punya Sarvana Kirta Hudantustani Avadrani Vidunati Swasata. Therefore, we should hear today's very, very auspicious Radha Kund. So, Aristasur also has been killed. The last demon is Kesi demon. Kesi demon is also will be killed. After Kesi demon killed, Lord went to the Mathura. Then he killed the Chanura, Mustika. Then Kanso also has been killed. In this way, he is coming paritranaya sadhuna vinasaya cha duskritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavani juge juge. So he appeared on this earth to enact all this pastime, to give pleasure or protect to the devotee, protecting the Brajavasi from the Aristasur, and he is protecting, and also enacting lot of pastime to please the also devotees by the pastime of Radha Kund and Samakund. In this way, he is pleasing, giving pleasing to the devotee and protecting the devotee. At the same time, he killing all the demons. So that is his whole idea of his pastime. So today is very auspicious day, particularly in Kartik month, Ashtami and Damodar. All this the pastime is very, very enduring, very auspicious by hearing them and glorifying them. Srila Prabhupada, what happened? He took all his disciples to Radha Kund, but they initially they do not know the glory. They were swimming just like a swimming pool and sporting. The Prabhupada said, no, you do not know the glories of the Radha Kund. It's so exalted that all the acharyas glorifying. So better what you do, instead of taking bath, you just take the little water and sprinkle. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did the same thing. During Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there was a very two paddy field with little water. So little water, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not took bath. So he took some water and sprinkle on his head. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada told all his disciple devotees that you go and take little water from the Radha Kund and Samakund, sprinkle on the head. That will be tantamount that we have taken bath. So whenever we go to Radha Kund in Vrindavan, we take some little water from the Radha Kund and sprinkle on the water and purify ourselves. And in this way, Lord Chaitanya also told that whosoever will be doing that, they will get the ecstatic prema. Thank you very much. राधा कुंड की जाय, बहुलाष्टमी की जाय, कार्तिक मास की जाय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जाय, निताय गौर हरि बोल, जाय राधा रानी की जाय.